Neil Barofsky, Special Inspector General for TARP, came out and said this in a Reddit chat about our current situation. We are, quote, pretty fucked. Okay. Well, it's funny because Christina Romer, who was former chair of President Obama's Council of Economic Advisors, when asked about our current economic situation and how much control the banks have and whether we'll crash again, said, quote, we are pretty darn fucked. Okay. Now back to Barofsky. He explained why we're fucked. Quote,
put this graphic up there.
Yeah, the incentives are all still in place for the too big to fail banks to accumulate dangerous amounts of risk in the quest for short-term profits, with the assurance that if their bets do not pay off, they, and most importantly from the perspective of market discipline, and their counterparties' creditors, will be bailed out by the government. Combine that with a lack of accountability for bad fraudulent behavior, and you have a toxic cocktail that will bring about another crisis. Regulatory reform did nothing to change those incentives. Look, I want you to take time to think about what he just said there, because that is exactly right. Short-term gains by taking outsized risk with other people's money. And if you're using depositors' money and the government lets you, and you take huge leveraged risks, you are going to crash the economy. That is why we are pretty darned fucked.
Egypt's President Mohamed Morsi has overhauled the military's senior leadership. He's appointed a new defense minister and chief of staff and cancelled a military order curbing his powers.
Animals at Madrid Zoo cope with the summer heatwave by taking cold baths and snacking on frozen fruit popsicles as their handlers work to keep them comfortable. With temperatures expected to reach between 98 and 110 degrees Fahrenheit this weekend, handlers threw ice blocks containing frozen fish and fruit into the enclosures to help the animals keep cool in the midst of one of the hottest weeks of the summer.
Romney's selection of Ryan is expected to fire up the conservative base of the Republican Party. Ryan's become a Tea Party favorite for pushing a controversial budget and economic vision marked by deep cutbacks to the social safety net coupled with lower tax rates. Over the years, Ryan's pushed for privatizing Social Security, dismantling Medicare, and slashing funding for Medicaid. He's also proposed cutting food stamps for as many as 10 million Americans, cutting funds for programs like Meals on Wheels, and eliminating Pell Grants for more than 1 million students. On the tax front, Ryan has proposed a plan to slash taxes for the wealthiest Americans while raising taxes on some of the poor.